Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Forever Insider. I am Jaliyah Rouse, Forever Legal Academy 2026 intern, and today I will be breaking down a major legal matter involving former New England Patriots star wide receiver Stefon Diggs. So grab your popcorn or your drinks and let's dive right in. Yes, the internet has already had its say on this story, but we're going beyond the trending post and speculation to uncover the facts. Separate rumor from reality, and discuss what this situation could mean from a legal perspective. With guidance from Attorney Tiara Seals, founder and managing attorney of Forever Legal, we'll examine the legal implications behind the headline and provide key takeaways that viewers can apply to their own understanding of the law. This isn't about his stats on the field or his relationship with female rapper Cardi B. It's about his recent legal battle that took place inside a Dedham, Massachusetts courtroom. Mr. Diggs was facing heavy criminal charges following an alleged December 2025 altercation with his former live-in private chef. The headlines were intense, and public opinion moved fast. Many responded with things like, "I knew it," or, with those professional sports players, it's a repeated cycle. But early May, a Norfolk County jury took less than 90 minutes of deliberation to look at the state's case and return a unanimous verdict of not guilty on all counts. In this complete Forever Legal breakdown, I will strip away the media bias to examine the trial mechanics and the inconsistencies in the courtroom testimony, the hidden financial motives, and the precise legal defense that systematically picked apart the state's case. Let's first look at the legal framework. To really understand why this trial wrapped up in just 2 days, we must look at what the state of Massachusetts charged him with. The Norfolk County District Attorney brought 2 very specific counts against Stefon Diggs. Is a serious one of felony strangulation or suffocation under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 265, Section 15D. Under this law, the state has to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that a person intentionally cut off someone's normal breathing or blood circulation by pressing on their throat or neck. The accuser, Mila Adams, also known as Chef Mila, testified that Diggs put her in a tight headlock during an argument. Because this is a felony, the sentencing exposure here was up to 5 years in state prison. The second count was assault and battery. Under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 265, Section 13A, this is a misdemeanor. It basically covers any intentional, unwanted physical contact, even if it's slight. The allegation here was an open-handed slap to the face right before the choking. This carried a maximum of 2.5 years in a house of correction. After doing the math, Diggs was looking at a maximum risk of 7.5 years of incarceration. If he was convicted and the judge ran the sentences back to back, the stakes for him were very high. Although the stakes were high, the state's case was not solid, and it started to completely unfold when evidence presented that the incident allegedly happened on December 2nd. Chef Mila didn't call 911, she didn't go to the hospital, and she didn't file a police report until December 16th, a whole 2 weeks later. Because of that 14-day gap, the prosecution had an absolute void when it came to physical evidence. There were no medical records, 0 pictures of bruises or red marks, nothing. It was simply he say, she say. In criminal defense, an absence of physical evidence to back up is where reasonable doubt is established. Diggs' defense team got straight to the point during the trial. Under Judge Jean Marie Carroll, they called 7 different witnesses. Diggs' defense team got straight to the point. During the trial under Judge Jean Marie Carroll, they called 7 different witnesses, including Diggs' chief of staff, his massage therapist, and his hairstylist. They all testified that they saw the chef right after the alleged incident date, and she showed 0 signs of injury and was acting completely normal. Jurors were even shown video of her laughing and dancing with friends in New York, just days after the alleged incident occurred. But the real turning point was the financial motive. Under cross-examination, the defense exposed that while this originally started over a weekly paycheck dispute and relationship tensions, things shifted massively behind the scenes. Before the criminal trial even started, Chef Mila's civil lawyers dropped a massive $5.5 million settlement demand on Diggs' legal team. The defense argued this wasn't about domestic harm. It was about financial leverage against a wealthy athlete after a sexual relationship did not go as planned. The prosecution addressed issues related to witness credibility, with the prosecutor describing Chef Mila as argumentative, avoidant, and difficult. Moments like these can be significant in a trial, as jurors are responsible for assessing witness credibility and deciding how much weight to give the testimony presented. So when the jury asked the judge to clarify the criteria of the charges, they went back out and only needed about an hour and 15 minutes to come back with a not guilty verdict on both counts. Under Massachusetts law, Judge Carroll ordered that his records be automatically sealed.
Diggs left the courthouse without a conviction, and following the proceedings, members of his legal team stated that professional athletes can face unique scrutiny and may be vulnerable to claims they believe are financially motivated. As with any legal matter, it is important to distinguish between allegations, evidence, and legal findings. This case highlights several core principles of the criminal justice system, including the presumption of innocence and the prosecution's burden to prove a case beyond a reasonable doubt. While both sides presented their respective positions, the outcome ultimately reflects how the legal process evaluates evidence and applies the law. Through Forever Insider, our goal is not to take sides, but to examine the facts, the legal issues involved, and the broader lessons that can be learned from the case.
If you stayed to the end of this video, I want to say thank you. And I also want to know, what do you think about how this played out? Please drop your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, and again, thank you for tuning in to Forever Insider.
Hello, Forever friends. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Forever Insider presented by Forever Legal, where we break down legal issues beyond the headlines. As always, we're not here to tell you what to think. We're here to help you understand the facts, the law, and the issues that often get lost between the headlines and the comment section. Now we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this case? Drop them below and let's start the conversation. If you learned something new today or like our content, be sure to subscribe and become a Forever friend. Every week, we're breaking down real legal issues, real cases, and real lessons that can help you better understand the world around you. Thank you for tuning in to Forever Insider. We'll see you in the next one.